That's the dream. Happy New
Quick
Bring
video.
the whistle. Bring the whistle. You don't have any music intro, do we, mate?
No, I will do though.
Yeah?
Sing for us, Mark.
Straight in.
Purple rain.
Some choice song.
Brilliant. Let's get it going.
Let's do it, mate.
What time
Let's
we
go.
on?
Welcome, yeah.
11:20. Yeah, we're sound.
Yeah. Welcome, mate. Welcome to the podcast. As you know, we're the Brigboys, Collins T. So thanks a lot for coming on. Just wanted to have a bit of a chat, really, get to know about you a little bit, and then obviously we've got some questions about understanding like you, like mindset of things, like fitness side of things. Definitely want to speak a little bit about your YouTube channel because it's fantastic. But I guess first thing best, really, if you just give us a bit of a background of, you know, a bit into fitness, how you got into boxing, and where you are now. Really, that's kind of how we tend to start these, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, well,
Tell us
nice
about
one.
yourself.
Yeah, nice one for having us on.
Finally got you.
Yeah, that's it. We've been, we've
12
been,
months.
That's it. It's been due, hasn't it? But yeah, no. Yeah, so just talking about what we saying.
Yeah, sorry. So like when you first got into like fitness and really like your career sort of to a point, because I know that like, you know, over the last couple of years you've had a lot of changes now in your career. It's a lot more like focused now. So kind of like how you first started up to where you are now. Really.
Yeah. Well, first it was football since I was probably about 4. I was always a decent footballer. Played at Preston, North End, Blackburn, and then started boxing at 10 just to get fit for football, really. And then ended up being a better boxer than a footballer. So not the football on the head. And then, just was proper boxing really at maybe 12, 13. I was 2-time national champion by 13. And then got to 17. Obviously you get to that age where it's either working or, you know, you're doing other things. And then I decided just to go full time with the boxing, pretty much. Turned professional at 18. Went to Jennings Gym, Mick and Dave. They've got a gym down there in Coppell, so that's how I ended up being a professional boxer.
Nice one.
So always been involved in sport then, pretty much.
Yeah, all my family as well. Obviously my brother, my sister, they're high level cyclists. Mum and dad, they were always into the sports, so it's always been bred into us like.
Yeah, it's like all you've ever known, that, isn't it? Then is that sort of boxing career then?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I said, it was either get a job. I was doing a joinery apprenticeship for 2 years, well about 18 months since I left school, and then decided, I didn't want to do that. But yeah, it makes you appreciate how fortunate you are to have a professional job like boxing.
Yeah.
Do something you enjoy it, don't you?
Yeah, no, I do.
And everything around it.
Yeah, do love it.
Yeah.
Is it as straightforward as what you've said though, as in terms of football to boxing to professionalism? Do you know, like, is it as straightforward as just going through that process, or has there been quite a bit in terms of, like, have you been good in like professionalism, as in, right, I've just transferred from footy to boxing and then I've been stuck at that pretty much for your full career?
I've since I was 10, I couldn't tell you that many days I've missed off with training.
Class.
And I just, obviously you get your doubts with injuries, not getting fights, and then obviously I've got a family now, so probably about 18 months ago, 2 years ago, I was actually questioning whether to knock the boxing on the head, because it weren't paying, I weren't making no money out of it. I was about to have a little lad. So anyway, 2 weeks after, this is rambling on a bit now, but 2 weeks before the Chelly fight, I got a phone call saying they want to fight Chelly, English title. Took that, and then ever since there, my career's progressed how I felt like it should have done in probably 2 years ago. But we're here now, so we're starting to make moves.
Was that the one at Cardiff?
That was the one at the MEN. Yes,
right.
And then then defended the English, and then my last one, that was in Cardiff.
That was against Darren, weren't it?
Darren Johnstone, yeah.
I watched video for that last night.
Yeah.
And commentator were giving you quite. He was speaking highly of you because you basically, as soon as you dropped him, and you did properly drop him as well.
Yeah.
He was hanging up ropes and everything, weren't he, at one point?
Yeah.
But you were literally straight next to his side, checking if he was alright straight away, weren't you? Which was very good sportsmanship, really. Because you see it in boxing, don't you, where I think quite a lot of people taunt nowadays, you know, like, no, I'm not saying everyone does, but
Yeah.
to have a good sportsmanship like that, it shows you've got that character about you, you know, like.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's just part of me. You know, everyone wants to win, but to see somebody knocked out on the floor, no one wants to see that. And it was knocked out for about 5 minutes, so it weren't the most pleasant of things. So I went to check it was all right, and then I've seen so many boxers jumping on the ropes whilst the opponent's knocked out on the floor. It's just, in my opinion, just so disrespectful. Just make sure he's all right, check on him, and then you can celebrate afterwards.
Yeah, too right. Once you know he's all right,
Definitely.
Else. It's like I say, you're both in there for, you're both potentially parents, aren't you? You're both family members.
That's it.
You're out there for the same goals, aren't you?
Of course, yeah. Just trying to make a living. So
every credit with that.
no, I appreciate it.
No barking at him.
No.
Only afterwards.
Not a time.
Not a time and a place for that.
Yeah.
That's such like a career defining moment though, isn't it, for you? That so did you, prior to that fight then, you were going to knock it on the head? Is that just because you weren't getting the fights that you're expecting, or it's because I guess it's quite a real competitive arena to be in, isn't it, like boxing?
Yeah, boxing's a funny one. Obviously, football, you've got your fixtures. You know what's coming up. With boxing, it can be overnight. You get the opportunity, and if you're not ready, then you either don't take it or you get beat. Whereas I stayed in the gym, train every day, so I was ready. Took them the opportunity, beat Zach Chelly, and then just bigger things have come in now off the back of it, just from living a good lifestyle, being dedicated, and taking the opportunity, and not just taking it, winning it as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, 'cause you're 18 now, aren't you? 18 wins.
18 and 0. Yeah, that's right.
What was it, 26-27% knockout rate, I think it is.
It's a terrible knockout rate, but
but it's not about knockouts. So if you're coming away with wins, and you get an
it.
experience in terms of fighting and time boxing, it's not a bad thing at all, is it?
No, and to be honest, I punch a lot harder than what my knockout record suggests.
Yeah.
But to me, I'm not too fussed about the knockout.
It doesn't matter at all. You don't question, say, Mayweather, for example, and say, well, he knocked X amount of people out, do you? You just look at 50 and 50, whatever it was.
So
it's a difference with you. And you're ranked third in Britain now.
Third in Britain. I think I've got a top 3 ranking in Europe now as well.
That might be it. So I've got, I think Callum Simpson's number 2 and Zach Parker number 1. That sound about right.
On the list, maybe, but
on the list, on the list.
Yeah,
just going off the list here.
Yeah.
And I think you're number 26 in the world.
Yeah, number 9. That I think you're using box rec there, ain't you?
That might be. He's a bit older. That one.
Box recs. Yeah. Nobody uses box rec.
Right.
We'll just ignore this on the.
Right. So what ranked in England now or Britain?
Yeah.
Where are you?
Yeah. I'm ranked number 3 in Europe, and then with the IBF, I'm ranked number 9. That's like one of
number 9.
Yeah. So.
Mental.
Yeah. So some big fights, hopefully, very soon.
So who's ranked number 1 then in the world in your weight?
I've got Canelo.
Canelo,
yeah.
So it's your same weight as Canelo.
Yes.
Mental.
Where you at, Canelo?
That's not it. I think he's our next guest, actually.
Yeah. I should be able to get him on easy enough.
He won't get a game, will he? That's wild, but it just shows like because what's the difference between like your normal professionals than the British standard, European, and like the world? Is there such? Because in terms of football, if you said like League One, Championship, Premiership, you can kind of have a rough understanding, can't you, in terms of the step up? But boxing wise, for me, what's the ability difference between say European and world? Is there a massive step up in that calibre?
What you start noticing is even just the way they set things up. So if you look at maybe English, saying that British standard, there's a lot of high level British level, but going from that jump there, it's you can't switch off for 1 second at that high level. Just any mistake you get encountered. I don't know if you watched Bivol versus Better Biev, probably when was that 2 weeks ago. Any slight mistake, you're gonna get punished for it, and that's the difference is where maybe at an English level you're gonna get away with them mistakes. The higher up you go, the less mistakes you can make, and obviously they punch a lot harder.
Yeah. So have you had to like really up your sort of training regime to sort of account for that gap then in the skills, between the two there? Yeah.
No, what we work on in the gym makes, like, in my opinion, one of the best technically wise. If you listen to Mick and the way he goes into they know the details of a fight and how to win a fight, especially against a certain opponent. I don't believe there's many better at it than him. So, yeah, and like I said, the Jennings gym, that's the best place for me.
Yeah.
I think Mick said after your last fight, he was like, you fight better against better opponents. You pretty much raise your game.
Yeah, definitely.
That must be nice to hear, though, in terms of the guy that's training you going, do you know what?
Yeah.
We'll get better opponents for you. You will naturally fight better.
Yeah.
Which I think it is a natural thing. You compare it to football, you play better against better teams, and I guess it's the same. You know you can't go in there against a good fighter and just be half-arsed. You've got to be switched on all the time.
Yeah, that's what I need, me. I've had a few fights where it's not even sounding arrogant, but it's been too easy for me, and then I kind of just end up coasting it. And one about Jack Catwood before, I think he's had that issue at times where it's been too easy for him. So he's just kind of coasted, whereas as soon as he stepped up levels, Josh Taylor, he's up to his level. Did it again last weekend, up to his level again, especially in the second half of that fight. And you can see what people can do against the better opposition. Yeah,
because it was literally like a switch that with Catterall, weren't it? It was just like out of nowhere that round. I can't remember what round it was, but he came out and dropped him twice.
That 1-2.
It was literally just a 1-2, weren't it?
Yeah.
Like something so simple. And
yeah.
I don't know how he got back up off that first one.
Yeah, no.
That second one again, it was mental.
Yeah.
But watch it. I've never been to a fight, watched it so close to it, and you normally see it on TV and stuff like that. But watch him drop, it was like, oh my god, you know, like, he's been hit here, and it was right on chin as well. It was a bit mad, really.
It was a proper shot, wasn't it?
But punch wise, I did a charity boxing match, right?
Yeah.
Did they hurt the punches when you get hit? Because with me, it was more like you just went fuzzy and you didn't really feel pain till an hour after it when you kind of sat down and gone, do you know what, my head hurts now.
You might have had a concussion there.
Yeah.
Actually.
And it's still lasting now.
How did you get on?
I got beat.
Oh,
don't let me start it.
We had this conversation this morning, didn't we, actually?
Yeah, awful. No, awful. It was a bad setup.
That's why you do the running, I suppose.
Good at that one, though.
0-1 retired, that was it.
Yeah, no, fair play to you. Yeah, no, it's obviously it's the adrenaline.
Yeah.
I'd say it's more the body shots. You can't really recover the same from a body shot. You get it with an head shot, you go fuzzy. You start seeing maybe, you know, the flashing lights, but then you kind of come round again. But it's the body shots. If they catch you in the right spot, it doesn't matter who you are.
No recovery from.
Yeah, no recovery from that.
Is it like it's interesting talking to people that are performing at like really high levels when we talked to a few like the Olympians you mentioned before, and when we asked them about at that moment when you go into your race or for you like when you go into a fight, are you just thinking it's just another fight and you're thinking about your strategy, or does the occasion ever get to you because you went to like, you know, fight in an arena? And surely that must have some impact on you as you walk through, you know, down to a fight.
No. When I boxed Zach Chelly at the MEN, obviously that was my biggest ever occasion, first time on Sky, all that. And then it was so weird, I was walking out and then I just felt this was like where I was meant to be almost. Right. It was, it was a weird one. Boxed at the Leisure Centre has been far more nervous walking out to them. And then obviously, it was weird how it worked, and then I just felt like just a lot more comfortable in the bigger arenas. Yeah. But yeah, I always get nervous. Even like park runs and that, you know, like any little events, you know, I always get them butterflies. Obviously boxing, I've done it for years, still get nervous, but as soon as you're doing the walkout, the nerves go.
Just start focusing.
Yeah, you switch on then.
Nerves are a good thing though. The nerves show that you're still interested and you're keen on doing it and you're excited to be involved in it still.
Yeah. No, I've spoke to fighters before and they'll be like, oh, I've got no nerves, and then they get beat and they're like, yeah, I just didn't
feel it.
So it just shows you do need them nerves.
Yeah.
As horrible as they are at times, it's
because you're fighting for, like I say, your career's what are you now? 25.
26 now.
26.
Yeah.
So you're still kind of, you've got plenty of years left boxing wise. That sort of thing.
Just because I've been at it so long, like coming up to 17 years now, I've been boxing. Yeah. Professional, nearly 9 years. It's I've been at it a long time, but like you said, I've still got good few years ahead of me. Obviously, like I said, live a good life now, so that longevity in it.
Better now, do you think? Because obviously everyone's 18, 19 months, aren't they? And you can tend to start drinking or whatever it impacts you. Did you have that sort of phase in your life and sort of get through that now? Because I feel like you don't really drink now, I guess, and you're not really bothered about anything like that anymore.
Yeah, I think my biggest issue was anything I do in life, it's all or nothing. So even with the drinking, I don't know. It sounds mad, but I've 30 pints,
That's not me out.
Yeah, it's not impressive now thinking about it, but at the time, if I have one, that's how many I'm having.
Yeah.
Even like with my running and that, doing the 4 marathons, I didn't train for that, but I had it in my head. I'm like, right, I'll run all day. Let's see how. In my head, I'm thinking, right, let's see how tough I am. So I've always had that mindset, all or nothing. So obviously, it can be a good thing and it can be a terrible thing at the same time.
Yeah.
So I decided I was going to have a year without drinking, and then 5 days into the year, I found out I was having a baby. Obviously, it turned out to be my son. So I said, you know what, I won't drink again. Anyway, it's nearly 2 years.
Wow, right, okay. So, you not had anything or nothing?
Nah, I won't. Like I know myself now. I'll never drink again. But I just tell people I'll just do another year. I'll do another year. Yeah. And then before you know it, it'll be 5-6 years, and then we're flying.
So so your little lad now, has that made a difference to you? You know, like you've got like a family now. Does it sort of do you feel a bit more focused career wise, or has that made a difference to you?
Yeah, 100%. I remember when I had him, people were telling me, "Oh, you'll be a bit softer now," and that, you know.
It's got harder.
It's gone.
Get dad bod.
Yeah. No, I'm more vicious than ever now. So it's funny, but yeah, obviously, you kind of just doing it for yourself, and then obviously now I've got Ronnie. Got my missus. Yes, I want to provide for them. Want them to be proud of me. Obviously, the rest of my family, mum, dad, make them proud. All my siblings and that. So, yeah, no, I feel like we are finally getting somewhere after so long.
Definitely. It was all like, I suppose going backwards a little bit here, but before that Chelsea fight, did you have like an injury and you're out for a while? And
yeah.
So I guess like at that point you said before, thinking about knocking it on the head and stopping it and stuff, and then so now I suppose is all this clean living about just staying injury free? Is there anything that you've done now to try to help with that, like, or is it just clean living really? Is there?
Yeah, obviously I was out for 18 months with my shoulder.
It's a long time now.
Yeah, it's a long time, in a short career as well, so that kind of slowed things down. But yeah, I've had a lot of hand injuries, so trying to protect even just the hand injuries. I was doing all the cold water stuff. I've been a bit lazy on that recently, I'm not gonna lie. But barking. But yeah, no, all that stuff. Like I said, I do need to get back on it, but just having rest as well. Like I did the track with you boys on Sunday, and I should never have done it.
Yeah.
And I need to listen to my body now. If you need a rest, have a rest. Training 7 days a week, it's just not.
Yeah.
Especially when you're doing the speed work and stuff like that. You can't perform. You can't do it.
Yeah. I get people commented on my YouTube all the time, in the comment section saying, "Oh, you should do this type of training." I'm like, the thing is, I'm a boxer. I maybe run once a week, and that's a park run. Yeah. At times, I've got to do my strength work. I've got to do my conditioning, all that type of stuff. Obviously, prioritise my boxing. So, yeah, the running sometimes has to take a backward step.
Yeah, the running's not the main thing, is it?
Nah,
so the boxing, your career, the running is just a little something you partake in, just for laugh at the moment, isn't it? Really? But there you do well with it.
Yeah, no, so I enjoy it as well. So it's another avenue for my fitness.
Yeah,
definitely.
Staying on boxing though, fighting wise, who's the toughest opponent you've had out of the 18?
Who's the toughest fight I've had?
Just one, do you know where you came out and thought, do you know what, that was
There's a guy called Anthony Fox I had in my...
He was early days, fight number 4.
Was that fight number 4? Guildhall in Preston. And I was only 18 at the time. And... How
old was he roughly?
He'd probably been mid to late 20s.
Right. So you're fighting a bloke there,
yeah,
you know, you're a young lad.
So, I knew then, looking back, the difference between a man and a boy. Like, I beat him fair and square, but just like that strength, that man strength, that's made me realise I was lucky. I didn't fight anyone too good too soon, because I didn't have that man strength. And it's only looking back now. I know it sounds mad, but maybe the injury held me back a little bit. Probably a good thing in the end, you know, because I'm a fully grown man now, and I'm ready to take on anyone.
Too right.
That's it.
Yeah, because it must be 18's young, innit? Like we were in Lava, were we 18, you know, like, and you're fighting professional fights against 20, 30-year-old men, you know, like, because that. There's potential there if he started his career at, say, like, well, not his career, but if he started boxing at 10, he's boxed for 20 years there, and you're stepping into the ring with him,
of course,
beating him, which is class, isn't it? In Guildhall as well. Local players.
Because if you fought now like an 18-year-old, what would your mindset sort of be then?
Yeah, of course, it's a kid. It's mad. Like I spar the odd time a young one coming through, and it's literally like you feel like you're sparring a kid.
Yeah.
Obviously they're not, but until they get that man strength, you don't know it's a thing until you hit your mid-20s and you think, bloody hell, I'm punching hard now. I'm, you know, pushing people about a lot easier. And same with anything really, innit?
Just that natural weight. Now, have you always fought at the kind of the same weight? Or
Yeah.
is it just below 12 stone sort of thing?
I'm 12 stone, dead on my weight.
Right.
Because I'm running and doing all my other training, my weight's always pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
I eat pretty good. I've got a new food prep company there, so they're sponsoring me now.
Yeah, who's that?
Foodie with G, Smart Fit.
Right.
So I'll shout at them.
To be fair, you put a few things on them, it does look good.
Yeah.
No, so they're sponsoring. It just makes things easier, saves time. Get on from training, I'm tired. Don't need to think about my dinner, it's made. Get back second session, evening, the tea's made. So it does help things out.
Where are they based? Are they local or?
They're Charnock, I think it's.
Are they?
Yeah, I'd say
not far away,
Charnock.
though,
No, it's only just off the M6. Right. Charnock Services next to their Park Hall.
Right, yeah. Park Hall. Back it there.
The Ravers. Shout them out.
Too right. There's something to look at though, because it does take up so much time with meal prep and everything, doesn't it? I feel just for work and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You just seem to do it all the time. It's a massive part of your life. If you can kind of eliminate that, your recovery's better. Everything.
Yeah.
I'd love to come home and just have food prepped.
Yeah,
it does take ages, doesn't it?
It's too easy sometimes, isn't it? Just to have like something dead simple and just chuck something in microwave or whatever. But if you've got something that's right and it's made like purposely for you, it makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Has that made a difference in having like all that nutrition side and like your like levels of energy levels and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, it's a lot of it's like recovery as well. Obviously, I'm taking my recovery shakes now. I've got a nutritionist, Pete Bell. He's a high level nutritionist. Works with a lot of the top boxers. So for my camps, I'll be using him. Even just for a lot of my issue was I wasn't eating enough. Right. So I was obviously fucking sometimes you're doing 2-3 tough sessions as well. So I was getting into them second, third sessions, and I'm just feeling weak in that. Anyway, I'd speak to Pete and he'd be like, yeah, your calories are well down on what you need. So a lot of the time now I'm close to 4.5, even sometimes nearly 5,000 calories a day.
Right, well,
which is crazy for a boxer, but it is what it is. I make the weight fine, so
which is good. That if you naturally eat that much training and making weight with it, then it shows you've found the right balance between what you're eating with, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Therefore,
good that.
Must have burnt some calories on that 100 mile that you did.
We worked it out. It was like we done the other thing. It was like 16,000 calories or something crazy.
So, let's just talk us through that.
It could have been more. It could have been more. We're trying to work it out. But yeah.
So it was 100 mile in 24 hours, is that what it was?
105 miles it were. It was 100 miles, and then I thought, you know what's it to do 4 marathons, and that was 104.8. So I thought, you know what, I'll do 105 just to round it up. Yeah.
Out of nowhere as well, weren't it?
Yeah, really? It was on the no plan or anything, and thought, you know what, Tuesday night, one of the lads in gym were like, oh, I reckon I could run all day. And I was thinking, yeah, I reckon I could, Anyway, he said, right, we'll do it Saturday morning, 6 a.m. So my dad were like, right, if you're going to do something so stupid, at least, do it for charity. Yeah. So I did it for St. Catherine's, raised about 5,000-6,000, I think it were. Wow. And that was in the space of literally a week. Yeah. My brother, brother, he come driving around, dropping hot water, dropping food off for that for us. And then my mate Steve, he come on his push bike round with us.
Right.
You know, like
I saw a video.
yeah,
of
he done the
bike.
he done the 4 marathons with me on his bike. So he had a sore bum the day
I was
after.
gonna say, I bet that were on.
Yeah, you were complaining more than you were there.
Oh, he was in a bad way as well. But yeah, no. So yeah,
But
105 miles in. I think it ended up being about 22.5 hours.
Yeah. But that sort of stuff, like obviously your dad said absolute lunacy that you're doing it, and obviously do it for charity. But like, do you have to think about those sort of things though? Because obviously that you as a professional like sportsman, and that
Yeah.
sure that 100 mile in a day is going to impact you quite a bit, like physically.
Yeah.
So do you get advised like to not do that, or do you just say I just want to do it 'cause it's a challenge?
Yeah. I'll never do something like that again
Yeah.
for the rest of my boxing career.
Yeah.
After that, I will do some big numbers, but it was just I just had something in the back of my head. I thought, you know what, I'm doing it. All right, it was only a few days' notice training wise, but I thought, you know what, it's in my head it was like I can do it,
Yeah.
and nothing was going to stop me that day.
You did say all or nothing, didn't you?
Yeah, there we go again. No, it was I had in my head. First thing I was like, if you die today, Mark, you die today. But there's just no way you're stopping anyway. That was my mindset, and it got me through it. So
Yeah.
but yeah, as far as what you're saying with will I do something like that again? I will do, but after my boxing career, it must have been 3, 4, 5 weeks probably to recover from that. And then I had a big fight a few weeks after that, so it was just too
Risky.
too short. Yeah, too risky. Yeah. I come unscathed. I lost a toenail, and that was as bad as it got. But
It's not that bad, is it?
no, it's not considering the damage that I took that day.
But still, that amount of distance, it does take weeks and weeks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it just shows all that. We talk about mindset a lot, and a lot of people, we do the 50 miles, 100 miles, whatever, and a lot of people kind of go, well, I don't think I can get around that distance, blah, blah, blah. I know you're a professional athlete, you train and stuff like that, but running's kind of become your thing recently. You've just pretty much gone, tell you what, next week, let's go and do 105 miles.
Yeah.
And you've just gone and done it.
Yeah.
And it just shows that you can actually, with the right mindset, which clearly you have
Yeah.
the right mindset, you can just kind of go and do stuff like that, can't you? In the right settings and everything.
Yeah.
So for those that kind of doubt themselves, just stop doubting yourself and just go and do it, don't you?
Yeah.
Have a bosh at it.
That's it. It's so much as it in your mind.
Yeah.
I was saying a thing. It was your mind will give up before your body. Was that? No, your body.
But give
Yeah, that's it. The other way around.
the other way around for me though. That's the right.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. No way, it's your body. No. But yeah, it just goes to show if you do. And it's not just running. It's not just boxing.
Yeah.
Anything, just
Anything within sport, in it really.
That's
Just
it,
what general life is.
yeah. A lot of the time, I just convince myself. Just convince my own brain to something
I'm doing it.
ridiculous. Yeah, and then that's it. It's done.
How do you sort of do that though, Mark? Because I don't know, maybe you've got example. Have you ever felt like, oh, my confidence isn't what it was, or have you ever had like a knock to your confidence? I mean, obviously you're a really confident lad, and it makes sense why, because your record's really good and speaks for itself. But have you ever had any moments where you thought, actually, I'm not really feeling it today, and if you did, like, how do you sort of convince yourself that actually I'm all right and I can do this? Is there any?
Yeah, no, I doubt myself all the time. It's not like, I'll have a laugh on the camera and that, saying, beat everybody and all this, but just,
I've seen it.
And that's never going to stop, by the way.
Good.
But yeah, and you get days, especially in boxing, it's sparring days. You have a bad spar, somebody who you're miles better than shouldn't really be fit to lace your gloves at times. They end up getting the better of you in sparring, and you're thinking, am I that bad? And then it's just, you've just got to get over it. As long as you get it right on the night, which I do, that's what matters. It's not about how good you spar. It's not good. I know we'll bring it up again, but running, it's not how good your training runs have been. If you do it on the day, that's what matters, and that's what you just got to prioritise, getting things right on the day. So yeah, you're gonna doubt yourself, but you just got to look at the bigger picture.
Yeah, it's like trust the process sort of thing. That really, isn't it? I guess, getting that right. Yeah.
Like I say, if you're turning up to MEN and Liverpool Echo and stuff like that, and winning fights, then that one bad sparring doesn't really...
Yeah, no, of course.
Make sure the fight you hard, doesn't it, really?
Yeah.
Having those bad sessions, you're never going to have 100% good sessions.
Yeah.
It's never going to happen.
Yeah,
Never going to happen.
But
Because you don't want to peak whilst
no,
you're
of
training,
course,
do you?
that's it, yeah.
Far
If
from
I've got my best spars 6 weeks before a fight, there's probably something gone wrong.
Yeah.
You know, in too good a shape too early, and then get to fight night, you kind of, that's when you end up fighting for that.
Yeah, fatigued and everything.
Yeah.
You've won 18 now. Is it just like, I'm going to win every fight? Is that how you look at it?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
there's no doubt in my mind that
Brilliant.
nobody can beat me.
Is there anyone you've got lined up? I don't know if you can talk about it or not, but is there anyone that you want that you're looking at?
I want a guy called Kevin Saggio. He's European champion. Like I said, I'm ranked number 2 or 3 in Europe now. So I'm pretty much there. It's getting that fight. They offered me that fight on a week's notice last year. I accepted that in Marseille, and then they pulled out, ended up choosing an easier fight. So yeah, we're trying to get in for the last year now. He's not taking it. And then there's a fighter, Callum Simpson. He's got the British title. Yeah. Hopefully we can make that in the summer for a massive fight in Barnsley, potentially. So yeah, there's a good one.
Both fights there.
Yeah, 2 massive fights.
Which would you rather have though? They're both big fights.
Callum Simpson.
Callum.
Yeah, that's the biggest one. 2 British fighters.
Yeah.
If they can't make it at Barnsley, maybe in Saudi.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with money, like.
Is he? That's a bit of how good of a fighter is he, Callum?
Yeah, he's a good fighter. Yeah, listen, anyone who's British champion, they're not bad fighters. He's big. He's massive for the weight. He's fit and he's dedicated.
Yeah.
So anyone like that, whether I'm fighting them, I respect that. But I know how good I am, and I'm sure when we do fight, I'll be a level above him.
Yeah. And these are lads you need to be fighting, aren't they?
Yeah, that is what we said before. Some people higher level, people who think 50-50 fight. Zach Chelly fight, I was 3-1 underdog.
Yeah.
There, when you're going to actually see how good I am, when people are doubting, can I beat these fighters?
Yeah.
I'll show just what I can do.
But you need to be fighting them to prove it, don't you?
Yeah, that's it. And people could say to me, "Oh, when your next fighting, like it's on me." I said, "I'll fight next week if I could." Yeah. That's not the issue. It's more getting the fights.
Yeah, like I said before, with fixtures, it's with football, boxing. I guess it's just weight, promotions, everything else with stuff like that, and just bides your time in it, really.
Yeah. So.
But as long as you're doing what you're doing, staying fit, you're always going to be ready, aren't you?
Yeah. No, I can't do anything else but just to stay in the gym. Right. And then when we do get the call, it's about being ready. Even these last minute fights, it's not ideal, but the life I live, I'm ready. I was meant to fight. No, I tried getting a fight with Josh Kelly. That was on a week's notice. That was on the Saudi card. Liam Smith pulled out on that one. Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't go that way, but it's putting your name in the hat.
Yeah, too right.
You never know. Them opportunities come again. They know I'm there for next time.
They're gonna come though, aren't they? They are gonna come.
Yeah, that's all I can do is stay ready, keep winning, and then they are. I believe it. I believe in it.
Yeah. So you just sort of waiting for that to happen. How does it sort of work in terms of how do you push that fight from your side? Is there anything you just got to wait and for the opportunity to arise, or do you have any involvement?
Yeah, just got to keep winning. Like the Callum Simpson one that we were talking about. Obviously, he's got to keep winning, and then it can be a massive fight in Barnsley Football Stadium. We can sell that out. He's Yorkshire, I'm Lancashire. So as long as we're both winning, that's the aim of the game in boxing. Both win, that fight's gonna happen. It's gonna be a mega fight.
And does it help with you, have you got to raise your profile? Like we were talking about the YouTube channel before we came on and stuff. Does that help, push it from your side, that you're more likely to get an opportunity if you're more high profile? Yeah,
definitely. That's one side of it. I've never done properly. I've never really wanted to. I'm not really about the social media and that, but I kind of understand now. It's part of the business, even the YouTube and that. Obviously, we have a laugh with it, but people are jumping on board from the running side, even onto my boxing now. I know people who've watched my park runs, my running videos, who now come and support me through my boxing, through the running. So it's getting that, and then there might be other things added on, maybe high rocks one day, and then you start getting them on board with you, and the next thing you know, you've gained a couple thousand more ticket sales, or that type of stuff. So. No, it's growing.
And it is as simple as something like that, say, getting involved, because the running community is massive, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the running community are involved in sports somehow, or they always have been and stuff. So it's like I say, it's transferable in terms of, like I say, if you're getting across to that crowd, even if you get a small percentage of people that come and tell you what, do you know what, I will go and watch that fight, or I will turn to Sky Sports or whatever it is. Doing what you're doing, I think it's massive for your career, in terms of, like I say, you've got to raise your profile, haven't you? And I think you're doing it the right way.
Yeah,
it's showing your character, who you are, and it's like it's quite natural, really, isn't it? That's just who you are.
Of course, and I think I can probably relate to a lot of people, like just from Eccleston, Charlie, because pretty normal, I think.
Yeah.
What about Brig?
I won't bring my levels down. Come on. Yeah, just like a normal guy. Just training hard, doing my thing, and then I think people can relate to that. So I think that's why a lot of people enjoy watching my videos. Come and support me. Like last time was about 600 people in Liverpool bought tickets. So yeah, that's what I'd say.
But it helps, I think, as well. You are a really good runner as well, aren't you? And then, like, I think on the videos that we watched, they're all in good humour, like, you know, and you give a lot of credit to people that are like, you know, quick as well, don't you? And it's they have been good, them, haven't they? I think they've people see it and they want to go down and watch the park runs and stuff, don't they, as well?
But I think if you're going to a park run now and you're putting it out there, say I'm going to Witness Park, for example, I think people will eventually start going for that reason.
Yeah, of course.
And it's like we're here, like Jonathan didn't know you were down last weekend, but he's a faster runner. Yeah. So if he knows you're coming down again, I'll stick one on Mark again.
Yeah. No, that's what it's about. Like, and I don't really know many people who are doing it like me on YouTube. Like, we've only just started, but they're all like, dead. Soft in my opinion. Like, just, I don't know the best way to describe, but it's all like just waffle where, you know, people want to see a bit of character, you know, give somebody a bit, you know, obviously it's all in good humour. But yeah, people want to see it, don't they? Whereas, you know, patting them on the back, come on, keep going. Nah, it's boring. You know what? I'm gonna stick it right up you today. You're getting it. Do you know what I mean? That's the type of stuff we want to people want to watch. So that's what they're gonna get on my channel.
It's really funny, Mark, because, like, you know, we always laughed at it because park run's always about, like, you know, it's about the event and the occasion stuff, and then you rock up and go, right, he's getting it today. It's so funny.
He's got a race after I won it.
Of course he did. You won the race. Of course it is. And I think it is. We've talked about this a lot of times. I mean, stuff like a park run. It is nice to go out and do a 5K. It's great that it's there, but the top 10, they are racing it. Of course they're racing it. No one's there to have a fun time at that top 10. They are going for it.
You're not calling out the tail walkers yet, are you? They're not like, never back.
Listen, there's a new video dropping tomorrow. I'll say no more. But yeah, like you said then though, I know it's all good fun and that, but if there's a time and there's a finish, it's a race, isn't it?
It is.
No one's, if you're going for a fast time, you know.
But it's got a bit like park runs become a bit like PG on it, in terms of, do you know, like they used to have all the stats, didn't they? They used to have like the age grading.
Yeah, they used to have a sub-17 leaderboard.
Yeah, sub-17. They used to have course records, for example, stuff like that. So, but we used to use it in terms of, you used to have, like, say, older runners, like 60-year-olds, 65-year-olds, and in the age percentage, they'd be like number one. So they'd hold the record over all of them because they were faster out of the age ratio, which was quite a good stat to look at. And then you sub-17. For example, if you were turning up to, say, Widnes, I could look at, say, 20 people and go, I tell you what, there's 20 people that run sub-17. I could probably go and run a sub-17 there for my own training purposes. Where now, they've taken that away because they found it too competitive. And I don't know why. I don't know why. Everyone's going to run a pace, whether it's 17, 20, 35, or you're a tail walking back. It doesn't matter, does it? Like, they've eliminated the fast stats for no reason for me. It's like, it just seems a needless, just to include everyone. Like, people are included anyway, aren't they? So
I never complained when I was finishing like 50th. I wasn't thinking, that's not fair. Don't say that. Do you know what I mean? It's funny. Do you find it, like, obviously you enjoy park run because you do it quite a lot. Do you prefer having like that race sort of environment to make you perform better? Because we always say this, don't we? You know, you're more likely to push yourself a bit more if there's someone a bit closer to you in that top rating. But like, on your own on a Saturday morning, you're not going to go and do those times.
Oh no, like I said, what we're talking about there, it's just, I think that sums up the world at the minute. Just how soft the people are. Obviously, you'll have people complaining, why is the fast ones, and end of the day, like, why do you need to take a sub-17 leaderboard off? Why do you need to take the A categories off? If you don't like it, like, I just don't understand the issue at all with it. It's good competition. Competition is what makes you better.
Yeah.
Unless you're just soft, as a lot of people are these days.
It's getting people down the mat, isn't it? It's like, even for example, track this morning, we had a mixture of like pace this morning. We had Tom, obviously the fastest there, weren't he? And then we had people at the back. We had a young girl, I forgot her name now, that was doing the boxing next weekend.
Yeah.
First time she'd been running, but she didn't really whinge about it. She just didn't run as much as the rest, but she was still there. She still showed up. She wasn't complaining the fact that someone was running past her 10 times. She still just kind of cracked on with it, and I think that's kind of a boxing mentality, if that makes sense. It's like she knew what she got herself in for.
Of course,
she had to prepare for it properly, and she kind of knew that anyway. But she weren't whinging at it. No one were whinging that people were running past them. You know, so
it's the way you look at the challenge sometimes, I think. So like I'm in Blackburn Harriers, and we went on Tuesday, and I don't find it like disheartening. I find it a bit more like inspiring. There's somebody running like a 14-minute 50. Then I start to think, well, I should up my game now a little bit and do more, because you know you're out there doing all the training and the effort and stuff. It's how you probably frame it, isn't it? When you watch someone come past you at parkrun, like it's a good thing for you a little bit, surely, because it starts to make you think.
Of course. Yeah, what are they doing different to me, training wise? And that's how you should look at it. You shouldn't be not like almost jealous of it, like, oh, why is he doing these times and that. And we're saying about being soft with the times, taking them out with the sub-17s and that, like, it should be a good incentive, right? I want to be as good as them. Should be a good push for you.
How can you improve?
Yeah, of course. Like I said, it's softness. That's all it is, in my opinion.
Not everyone can improve, and people have run the best times, but you can still turn up and give it some colour.
Of course, definitely.
And to be fair, it's like, even though like you ran Hay Hall last week and you did well with it, it's like even though it is competitive, afterwards you still speak to people at the end of it, aren't you? And have it crap with you. You know, it's not like you just turn up and disappear.
No, we have the Just
because an old fast lad turns up and doesn't say anything to anyone doesn't mean you should be stopping that thingy. Exactly. You called me out a few weeks ago. You said I was overweight, past it, and I'll never run again. In my head, I'm thinking, do you know what? 2025, Jeff's getting it.
You know? I mean, I beg to differ. I think you are finished, but it is what it is, isn't it?
At the moment, I can't argue with you.
You know, I've seen him walking this morning with a hobble, and I think this man will never beat me again.
He's past it.
So no, and like you said with the park run, you know, I said the going soft, but I feel like on my YouTube, I'm bringing that bit of character back in it.
It does make a difference. The way your YouTube's like the funny, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? Like I proper enjoyed it. That's what I watched, and really just slagging me off. Like,
is this the one I lapped you?
Yeah, it was my brother, boy.
Oh, right,
I was blame him for that one. But like with the YouTube, then is your sort of have you seen get a lot more subscribers through the parkrun route, or and is your plan to keep with that, or are you going to add like other things to it, like prepping for a fight, or
Well, originally, my brother's YouTuber. He's a cyclist. He's on about 120,000 subs.
Wow.
He's pretty big on YouTube, especially in the cycling world. But I was always like, oh, I'm not doing YouTube. Like, it just not cringe me, but along them lines. And then he was like, oh, I'll just video it and edit it for you. I was like, right, sound, done it. And my first video done some crazy numbers, like a day in the life as a professional boxer, done about 120,000, something like that, views. And then done a few more for my last fight. No, the fight before, sorry. Like leading up to the fight. And then my brother, he can be away for a month. So there'll be no videos on. There were no videos on for 6 months on my YouTube. And then, you know yourself, you don't do videos for 6 months. People just get disengaged, don't they? So I thought, you know what? I'll try and learn it myself. And I was learning it, doing voiceovers and that, and I thought, this is more like me. You know, I can put what I want to say in it. You know, terrorise people, having a laugh with it. Which is more me. Whereas when my brother was doing it, he was putting in maybe what he would have put in rather than what I would have done in. So it's a bit more, well, it is more me now. I'm doing the editing and that. Listen, the edits aren't great, but I don't think people are bothered about it. People just want to watch it because it's a bit of a laugh as well. And then obviously for the upcoming fights, I will be adding that all in now. So it's just another. The park runs are a laugh to me.
Yeah.
Whilst obviously smashing all you boys.
Yeah. Yeah. Not much I can say.
No comment.
Yeah.
Started doing his YouTube when I got injured.
Yeah,
that's all I can say about that,
Mark.
If you could just pop up with the witness thingies now from February.
Oh, of course, yeah. About that one. Yeah.
Didn't happen.
Didn't
happen.
It's on the screen. It comes.
If
up
it wasn't
now.
on the YouTube, it would.
We should have started one.
Yeah.
There's a guy I know that did YouTube on that day, so I'll get some footage up.
No.
Challenges wise, then for you, obviously you did that 100-miler. Is there anything that you've sort of planned? Like, obviously you came down to the track there where we raised quite a lot of money for charity there.
Yeah,
like,
good that
Tez were
love
down there with that.
Yeah.
So really, really good. Is there anything else that you sort of plan to do, or is it now sort of career focused now and get that profile raised, or is there anything that you would still do, like, or anything in the pipeline?
It's a tough one because I know how much that 4 marathons took out of me.
Yeah.
But I still like, I'm hungry now, you know, even for these mad challenges. Like, I've got one 500 miles on the bike in 24 hours. So it's like just under 21 mile an hour average. That's with my brother, maybe a few, maybe 2 or 3 other good cyclists. Get 4 or 5 of us. I think it's doable. I'd done a 200 miler 2 years ago, and that was like 20 mile an hour average. So I'm thinking...
Just on a stationary bike with that in a gym, or is it?
No, on the road.
Oh, right.
Yeah, on the road, 500 miles in a day, and so just stuff like this. I'm thinking, I know I can do it because I've done like maybe half of that, and at the speed I need to go. Like high rocks is, I'm watching people and that, and people. It sounds daft, like, but said if I'm gonna do one properly.
Yeah.
And like people say, oh, like you know, you can't get a good time too quick too soon. But in my head, I think you give me 3 months training, I'm doing a sub-hour with Irox, and it sounds ridiculous, but that's my in my head, and it might be delusional, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
That's what if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna go all in for it.
All or nothing.
Which is right, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's right.
But setting that bar so high, I suppose, makes you perform so much higher. Like, I probably would say I'm a bit more conservative, like with the high rocks.
Yeah.
I said to the lad I was with, we were like, oh, we'll just take it nice and easy and we'll just get it done. Whereas, like, after it, you start to think, man, I probably could have pushed a bit harder there. And I suppose you want to have that feeling where I could not have done anything else there.
Yeah.
Like, and I guess you have that after fights or after your marathons or whatever. You feel like I couldn't have done any more there.
Yeah. I suppose a few of my run times, maybe that's what we're talking about it before, with did Manchester Marathon it was, and like I just set stupid times, set off at a 1:21 first half and then ended up doing 3:06, like totally went bang. But that happens when you're going for probably numbers that you shouldn't really be able to. You know, sometimes you do fail, but it's about, you know, coming back from that, and resetting your goals and then going again.
You know what
yeah, of course. You don't have gels for 3 hours. You're gonna struggle.
You can't just run off nothing,
no,
can you?
But in my head, I was like, nah, I'll be sound. I've done a half.
But it's still quick
gels.
though. It's still a quick time, isn't it?
Yeah,
Anything around 3 is fast marathon wise. It really is.
Yeah. It's just obviously my times in the smaller distances, the halves, I'm of a lot better level than a 3:05 marathon.
Yeah, you're quicker than that. 100%.
But you've got, it's like say you've got your boxing now. It's a career, and you've got a potential another 10 years to you 36 in it, 35, or would you probably say early 30s? Is that what would you be looking at?
It probably depends how much money I've made out of it.
Yeah.
If I've made enough money out of it, then 32 I'd be more than happy with.
Yeah, which is sound. But then at 32 though, it's like we're like 36 now, aren't we? 32. It's like I probably got better since I turned 30 in terms of running and everything else. So all these challenges you're going to do, like you're not going to miss out on any of them in terms of high rocks, running, cycling. So I know you want to do them, but boxing, like you can go to a level at boxing now where you could probably step it up another few levels realistically. So I won't get too caught up on these challenges in terms of doing them now, because you're going to have time at 32, 33, 34 and for the rest of your life to have a good go at all these and do well at them still. Yeah,
that's what I've realised now. Like,
so
I'm just obviously prioritising boxing, and these are still going to be there.
Yeah, they are going to be. And you'll
like,
still do
yeah,
well. You're not.
yeah.
It's not like you're going to be past it.
No,
at
of course.
33,
Yeah,
you know,
no. Well, that's what I found out with runners. Like yourself, you get into your 30s, late 30s, and these boys are flying.
Yeah.
It's weird with running one, especially with the ultras and that. That's what I've noticed about. It's more, you don't really see many 20-year-olds doing these big ultras. It's more like
Your older boys love it.
yeah.
Because they've done it for years.
Of course, conditioned to it as well as
Yeah.
that. So.
It's a big difference.
So you, once you've kind of, I know your boxing's well off finishing, but there's so many options for you out there, and you'd be fit anyway, won't you?
Yeah.
So.
No, there'll definitely be some after my boxing.
Must be a nightmare to try and keep yourself like away from that discipline, that though, because you'll see that Harrods and you'll probably think, oh, I can do that. Quicker.
Yeah.
And then you see the cycle and think, oh, I can do that as well.
Yeah.
So you're like,
and that's I've had to cut back on so many things. I was playing darts.
darts,
I
right,
got to a decent level at darts. Golf, I got down to 9 handicap at golf. Cricket,
talent.
I was playing like high level cricket. There'd be more things I've just forgotten. Cycling. I love my cycling, but it's just too many things. Now it's just boxing, and then just like I said, terrorise people on a Saturday morning, pushing prams and walking dogs. We won't talk about the dog incident.
Yeah, don't.
Do you think, like, because obviously, like Ted said, it's a natural talent. You've got this talent over all these other things, but I feel like it can't just be a talent that gets you to that level at everything. Even down to the golf. Is it the sort of way you approach things? Do you feel like because you are so like all or nothing, that makes you just perform naturally better in everything that you do?
Yeah, a lot of things I wouldn't say. Obviously, I'm talented, but I wouldn't say I'm super talented. Boxing is one of those things. When I first started, like, I was pretty poor, telling you the truth. And then even darts, no word of a lie, I'd be playing for 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
In lockdown. I'd just get obsessed with something. I've never played the guitar and that, but now I can play most Oasis songs. I just get obsessed with stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's obviously my character. Yeah. And then I just I'll just keep playing it till I get to a decent level.
That's such a thing, that though, Mark. Like, it's such a throwaway comment that people say, oh, he's just naturally talented in this. He's like a natural sportsman, and really they don't see the hours behind it. Exactly that. Yeah. So obviously you're putting that in. And to a point where you've now got all this focused energy is just on the one sport.
Yeah.
And I guess the aim for you is just to rise to the very top in it, really.
Yeah, definitely world champion.
Yeah.
Next few years.
It's exciting, isn't it, really?
Oh, yeah.
It's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And do you feel like excited and driven about like your career? Is it something that you're proper inspired to do, or do you ever have days where you think, I wouldn't mind doing something else, or is it just full focus?
Yeah, no, I'm full. It's just boxing. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not a massive boxing fan, but I'm like dead driven by my career. Like a lot of boxers, they love watching boxing, but for me, boxing was on last night. I would have no idea how the fight went. It just boxing doesn't really excite me unless it's my mate fighting. So obviously I'll go and support them. But as far as actual boxing fan, I wouldn't call myself a boxing fan.
Yeah.
But I'm just obviously very driven by, maybe just because I'm that driven by my own training and that. I just need a break from it a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So
you're involved in it every day, aren't you? Yeah.
Even like my work, I do all my training and that's all in the gym. So I spend most of my days in the gym. Far more time in the gym than I do at home. So
yeah,
sometimes I want to chill at home.
Yeah.
Not the box on the head at a certain time.
That makes sense, doesn't it? Because I suppose, so aside of your boxing, you do a lot of PTing as well, do you not?
Yeah, one-to-one training, do classes as well. And I'm fortunate enough to be able to do that all in the gym. So
is that at Jennings?
Yeah, that's at Jennings, Copple Mill.
Do you enjoy doing that side of things then? Because it's like the other side, that, isn't it, really, for you?
Yeah, actually, obviously I love the training sometimes. But training people and just seeing people improve, that's maybe made me a slightly better fighter. Can pick up on little things a little bit easier now.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm telling people, oh, you're doing this wrong. And then looking at it, thinking, I'm doing the same thing. So picking up on mistakes that I've picked up on others, I've realised that I'm making them mistakes myself.
Yeah.
And do you enjoy that side in terms of, like, I've had young Kieran that we spoke about a few weeks ago, and a few people at track as well that have come down that have said, there was a girl saying you'd worked them hard, you'd turned temperature up at room,
Yeah.
you'd do burpees with them and stuff like that.
That's
Yeah.
in Clinfield.
Yeah. She said, "Oh, you turned temperature up."
Yeah.
I
That's
thought
horrible.
it sounds
That's
like
horrible.
more of that.
Yeah, that was what the heat was on, to be fair.
But it's like, my point is trying to get around like the word, even with me, even if it's only kind of like 10 people, like people report back to me saying they've done the one-to-one training with you and it's made them a better fighter. Like young Keeman, I think he had one fight
Yeah.
last year and he sparked the guy out
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
didn't move for like 5 minutes, but then he's kept up with that now. So
Yeah.
a young lad like Kieran, he's from going training with you, he's
Yeah.
now got a focus, which is kind of his boxing and
Yeah.
his gym work, and
Yeah.
he's just kind of stuck on that for 12 months, and that's pretty much just from, not saying directly from you, but
Yeah.
you showing him
Yeah.
what to do and improving has kind of kept him going.
Yeah.
But I guess you get that with a lot of young people, don't you, really,
Yeah.
that come through?
Yeah, and I suppose it's not just the boxing. It's like with Kieran there, it's like going out the weekend, I'm like, you've got to stop that.
Yeah, it's the lifestyle.
Yeah, the lifestyle. And anyway, to be fair, he did.
Yeah.
And well, like I said, then he sparked somebody like not a bad fighter out just from the discipline, and hopefully he can carry that on
Yeah.
through. As I said, it's not just the boxing; it's the mindset of. I believe if you listen to me, what I'm trying to teach you, can make yourself a little bit tougher.
Yeah. It's right, innit?
No
I think
point, yeah, no
what
point just someone
you
who's-
touched on before with like the drink and everything else. So we spoke about it quite a lot between ourselves, don't we? And like the drinking side of things, not with you but with everyone. I think it's so underrated of how much a difference it makes to your life in terms of just your energy, your moods, just everything itself. If you're drinking, you're never going to get up at 6 o'clock and go to gym, are you?
No.
You're never going to go. You might be tired after work. You're not going to go to gym after work. If it makes such a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, and even
you drink and all sorts, smoking, everything else.
Yeah.
If you cut them out, you're going to improve just massively,
Course.
just from cutting them out.
Definitely.
And the discipline you get from it, like you've said, is huge.
It's the consistency. I know you said then about, you might not train. Even if you did train, the levels nowhere near the same. You're tired, you're fatigued. And for me, it's just the consistency I've had every Monday morning, right? Boom, it's just another day. Whereas when I'm rough on a Monday, I'm trying to get through the gym sessions at a pretty poor level. Tuesday, probably the same. And then before you know it, you're getting that bad cycle, and it's repeatedly, you're not progressing. I see that all the time with certain lads. But yeah, now it's just constantly boom, boom, boom. It's not get to the weekend, have a big day. It's get to the weekend, right? I'll train Saturday, rest Sunday, and then boom, we're
Back to it again.
going again Monday.
So is that sort of level of discipline now just sort of become part of your lifestyle? Like, I guess when you're younger, maybe you have a couple of days off here and there now, but that discipline, how important is that for your like training regime? Is it the key thing for you, train like with consistency as well? And
even just from my mind, knowing it's like I said before with the mindset thing. In my mind, I know I've not drank for nearly 2 years, so that's just like a confidence in itself. Thinking, and not drinking whilst going out now, that's just given me that confidence. Even like I would never have gone out without having a beer. But I feel like I've gained real confidence now in myself, which is it's been a big thing. Speaking in front of a camera, coming on a podcast today, these are things I would never ever have done 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And like I said, just I'm still not great at speaking, as you probably do your editing at the end, but
just 1 minute.
3 minute podcast.
That's it. But yeah, just stuff like that. I have gained like real confidence from.
Yeah. Well, like I said, even 2 years ago, a year ago, we'd asked about doing this and stuff. But even us, we would have been awful doing this a year ago. Anyway, it just grows.
I remember sat next to each other the first time when we started. It was like we couldn't speak.
Yeah.
We always sat next to each other. No one's watching us around.
Yeah.
As soon as the mics come on, though, you're a bit like
Put the camera. Same as the video myself. I'd be thinking, I know what I'm going to say here. As soon as someone put the camera on, I'm like, what am I saying here?
People don't see that, do they?
No.
They don't see that. Like,
But
how
yeah,
tough
no,
that is.
it's we're getting there now.
Yeah.
Yeah, too right.
Funny with that, sorry, just wanted to touch on that as well. You mentioned about the heating going on and grafted and making it harder for yourself. Like, I feel like you like the hard work. Like you like doing stuff that nobody else is doing.
Yeah.
Is that something that sort of drives you a little bit when it comes to these, like 100 miles? You could have done 50 miles. Like you chose to do 100. So I suppose like the question really is like, why do you think you're doing that? Is it just a personal thing? Is it?
Maybe just sick mind. say we're doing something like that, and this sounds nasty now, but I was doing a 5k in Lancaster the other night, and I can see people pulling up on the side, and I'm thinking, you're not as tough as me. You're not as fit as me. I almost take energy from their weakness, if that makes sense. It sounds weird, but I'm like, look at him there. He couldn't keep up with me, type thing. Yeah. I'll overtake somebody thinking, you know what? I don't know. I almost take strength from someone else's weakness. It sounds weird, but it's.
If you turn up to a 5k race on a Friday night, you should be finishing it, shouldn't you?
Yeah. So. Yeah, it's just weird things like that.
It's that's funny because I read that David Goggins book, and it's a similar thing actually. Like, mindset's quite similar to him. I don't know if you know him, but he said about like taking souls. We'll say like you said, if you're chasing somebody race and they look behind you, you start to think, I can get them now, don't I? So that sort of is a thing, in it. That sort of energy builds up from that.
Well, it's like you said with Tom Whitpartman last 400 metres. He's glanced behind you there, and you've gone, do you know what? Because why else are you looking behind you?
Yeah. So. Listen, we're not going to spoil the video, but yeah, no, 400, like I said, 400 metres to go. I was beat. Somebody's looked slightly behind him. I'm thinking, you know what? He might be slightly tired there. I'm going to stay there, and somebody else's weakness again just feeds into you got to take it.
Yeah. And that must relate to your boxing as well then. So if you're in a fight and you can see, I don't know, a head drop or something, do you sort of look out for that, and does that sort of boost you up?
There's nothing more confidence than somebody getting tired in a boxing ring who you're fighting. It's just whether you're tired and they start dropping their hands, you start making funny noises when you're hitting them to the body. It just gives you so much more confidence. And you're thinking, you know what, I'm going to walk straight for you now. Yeah. Take your head clean off.
And that last one against Darren, like, I don't know if you've seen it, but the punches the last 3-4 punches you landed, they were brutal then. Yeah. And that's not including all the other 18 fights.
I am punching a lot harder these days.
Yeah.
And it's showing now.
Yeah, like I say, that's that man strength, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Good. Which is good.
Can we talk about the dog, mate?
The dog.
It'll be on camera, won't it? So you'll see the see the dog.
So the Jeffers dog.
This is the one of the. So what happened here with this one? A mate of mine sent it me on. I just got it off AI. Was it AI?
Right. All right.
Yeah. Okay. So we just typed in Jeffers
dog
boxing dog beagle. Running, along them lines, running.
Yeah.
And sent it me. I was like, funny that. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna use it and put it on my park run videos. You know, just for a bit of advertisement. Got my YouTube on, got a QR code on the back, and put a picture on my Instagram. I think it was Delamere Park Run, and then must have had about 80 people message me saying, "Oh, get us one of them tops." Anyway, there's about 40 hoodies been sold. I weren't even going to sell them. People like, "Oh, I'll buy one." So 40 hoodies and about 40 t-shirts. So fantastic, funny, and it's good exposure.
Why is it dog though? What's that about?
What happened with the dog thing is, this is where it come from. So after the Zach Chelly fight, like everyone was expecting me to lose. Yeah. So I was just on one after the interview live on Sky Sports. Can you swear? No, he's going to edit this out.
No, you're fine with that.
Right. Yeah. So at an interview, they were like, "Oh, you asking me questions about the fight," and I was just like, "That's when I started going, I'm a fucking dog. I'm a dog. I'm a fucking dog," and all this was waffle. I can't remember saying it, but looking it back, I was like, "What are you on about?" Anyway, after that, everyone just started putting dog emojis and that. So I thought, you know what, we'll just run with it. So that's where the dog things come from.
Brilliant.
So yeah,
and it works though, because on track, people. I had one guy picking corn up when you came out, and barking from the other side of the track.
Yeah, so that's kind of
it's kind of a brand, if that makes sense now. It's like, Ollie worked with me a couple of years ago. He first introduced me to you, and he was like, "Look, he's number one dog." You know, he said, if you meet him, he will bark at you. Yeah, you know, and that's how it kind of.
Oh, it happens. It happens all the time. You know, people coming up to me barking, and they'll get a bark back. Yeah. If not a bite, if they're not careful.
But it will eventually. Well, it is a thing. It is a thing. It is a Mark Jeffers thing. Though, like the barking, the dog. It is a thing now. So it's like just stick at it, and people will start noticing it more, won't they?
Definitely. I will shout out my running club as well. You know, they're called the Kennel Club. You know, it's just a pack of dogs. You know, so
See that front of car up way there.
every race now we
Back.
put like the Kennel Club on, and we were at that race in Lancaster the other day. Got to said no club name. I was like, we're called the Kennel Club, but they weren't.
They weren't.
No.
You're not affiliated,
No.
but well.
So yeah, they're pretty serious at the
Yeah.
5Ks, aren't they?
Yeah,
So.
they still get terrorised though, as you can see in my latest video.
We vouch for that one, can't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Whitton Park said no dogs allowed on this track, lads.
Yeah. Anyway, I've had to hop over the fence.
On
haven't I?
lead. You stay away from the dog.
That's
Anyway.
Yeah,
No dog is safe.
no dog is safe.
No, I believe that. I'm going to say a couple of questions from a couple of young lads.
Yeah.
One of them was pretty much, have you got an inspiration, biggest inspiration kind of growing up? That could be personal or professional. Could be a parent, brother, sister, a boxer. Don't know. Is there anyone that's kind of stood out to you and pushed you a little bit further or had a bit more faith in you? Do you know? Has someone had an impact on you that is kind of?
Obviously, my mum and dad have always supported me. You know, taking me everywhere.
Yeah.
They did that with my brother and sister. They took them all over Europe cycling. So it obviously went for them. But as far as inspiration, like, not particularly. Nah.
Yeah.
No one really.
Family, innit, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one particularly inspires me, like a celebrity type person. You know, like I've never looked at a boxer thinking, oh yeah.
I want to be like him. Or
Yeah.
else. Yeah.
No, I've never. Obviously, with my brother's never drank, so when I started not drinking, I thought, you know what, I understand. I could never get why I never drank, my brother, and then he was smashing it in life, and I thought, what's he doing what I'm not? He weren't drinking, so I thought, I want to be more like him.
Yeah.
Don't want to be like my brother.
No.
He's a sausage. I'm joking. Nah, he's a good lad.
What's your brother's name, by the way? I didn't catch
Cameron.
it. Cameron. And
Yeah.
He's a cyclist.
He's a cyclist.
What sort of cycling has he done?
He's road cyclist.
Right.
Yeah. He was a good level, but he probably weren't quite good enough to be professional, so
Just not bored of it, sort of thing.
no, he's not bad. He still does it in that. He's just probably like the top level are unbelievable. And Cameron kind of realised he maybe just below that.
Right.
Which is
So it's good standard still.
yeah, he's still a good. He's a really good cyclist.
And your sister does cycling as well.
Yeah, my sister, she's a professional cyclist.
Right.
She's all over Europe now.
And what's her name?
Emma.
Emma.
She's the most talented out of us three.
Right.
So hopefully she can live up to.
Brilliant. Is she
That's
younger
how-
than you, or?
Yeah, she's what would Emma be now? 20 next week.
Right. Oh, she's
wow.
young then.
Yeah, she's
right.
young. Yeah, she's like I said, she's by far the most talented.
Brilliant.
But obviously, you've got to have that work ethic, which she does. So
Like-
hopefully, she can fulfil her potential.
Well, with two older brothers that are doing what they're doing, it's the experiences are from you two in it in terms of grafting and knowing what it takes to become.
Yeah, definitely. And my brother, he's really good with Emma. He's been there. You know, he knows certain training that she needs to be doing.
Yeah.
So I have no idea on cycling.
Different ball game.
Yeah, so I don't get involved. I don't even get involved with the conversations with cycling. That bores me. But my brother, he loves it. Like I said, that's what his YouTube's based on, and he's pretty well known in cycling world now from it. So
Yeah.
he's busy with that.
You all over that market. Not interested in cycling, but I'll do 500 miles in a day.
Yeah, no, I definitely, I'll definitely do 500 a day. Just need the right people with me. But yeah.
Too right. One last one from youngsters.
Yeah.
Any youngsters coming through, don't matter what age you are, what advice would you give them from, say, your childhood? I know a lot of people don't have the support. Like you said, your parents drove you about and stuff like that. You kind of don't get that from every family, do you?
Yeah.
It's like, what's the terminology for it?
It's like a bit of a privilege, isn't it, I guess, that you can get.
Some
but
people are underprivileged, aren't they? Money's not everywhere in the world, is it? Especially, I'm not saying just in boxing, but it's hard to come to boxing and pay a fiver sometimes. So, like, people don't have money. It's like, especially at the moment, it's tough going with you. But what would be the one bit of advice for youngsters in terms of, like, what do you need to do to just stick at it? Like, what do you need to stay away from? Your environment, change your environment, stick around the good lads. It's hard at
it is
young
hard.
age, isn't it?
Like I said, I've not been perfect in life. But I'd say advice. What would I give them?
Couldn't train with me.
Yeah, that's it. It's I don't know whether this is good advice, right advice. Well, they tell you not in school. At school, they're always like to me, oh, you need a backup plan, you need this. To me, you've got to go all in if you want to do. And like I said, it's probably not ideal advice for some people, but to me, it was put all my eggs in one basket type thing.
Yeah, go for it.
You can go for it, yeah. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But at least you know you've put 100% into it. Where you think, oh, you know what, I'll dip my toes in that, see if it works. More than likely, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
You just got to go all in.
Yeah.
Same with boxing, same in life. Just
Could be anything.
yeah.
If it was just a regular job, for example.
Yeah,
it's
you
like,
put
throw
100%
yourself
into it. Yeah, see how high up we can get with it.
Yeah. I think that's really good.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Because like I say, it's be anything that, and if you're gonna go for it, at least
Yeah,
have a do, no regrets, and
that's what they're telling me in school. Telling me you won't be a professional boxer. You need to get your qualifications, or what, the GCSEs.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't get many of them. We're doing all right. So.
Does it matter?
Yeah, it's all right,
Self-head teacher.
There you go.
Be on YouTube doing classes in 10 years, won't you?
Nah, it's all good fun.
No, that's good. That's good. So yeah, sorry, we'll just probably finish up soon. But the coaching side for you, then, is that something you see yourself doing in future, or obviously you got a long career left ahead of you, hopefully.
Yeah.
Do you see long term? Do you be more doing that sort of thing, like coaching and?
No chance. As soon as I finish my boxing career, you'll never see me boxing again.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've done it long enough now. I'll never want to be a coach. I've just never been interested. I love doing the PTs and that, but as far as the boxing side is concerned, I've done boxing for long enough. I want to do something else with my life after boxing.
Bill. Okay.
So you got a family there, haven't you?
Yeah. No, I'll definitely keep busy doing something, but I'll be 99% sure it'll be nothing to do with boxing.
Yeah, you don't strike me as someone that's going to retire and sit on a beach. So anyway,
No, maybe do it at certain beach, but then we'll have some mad challenges.
Yeah.
do a lap of the island or something.
Yeah, there'll be a bit involved.
But even with that, though, like your YouTube channel can literally it could just go on forever, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you can literally just carry on doing what you're doing, and even like your boxing now, the boxing can be a storyline.
Yeah.
It can last for. The YouTube can last for 5 years now, 10 years, or
Yeah.
however long you want it to.
Yeah.
To know that. So it can be a builder, not necessarily for the boxing, but for the rest of
Yeah,
your
of
kind
course.
of life. It really.
Yeah,
You
can use the boxing as a platform.
yeah, because once you kind of fans are there and your viewers, if you're man enough to start setting these mad challenges and doing what you're doing, then people are kind of always going to be interested in it, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like they are going to be.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah, doesn't really matter what I put on now. People are just
People
the,
lap at it,
yeah,
aren't they?
yeah. The shakiness in the camera, like the quality's been terrible. We've managed to sort that out in this next one, so you will be glad to know. But even like that, like if it's most people turn that nonsense off, thinking this is a terrible video. But because it's me and we're having a laugh with it,
Yeah.
people are just watching it because it's funny. Like I said, the quality is better now. I can assure you, but
In dark.
Yeah, it's just even stuff like that. The quality, like I said, the quality's been terrible, but people are still watching it because they enjoy having a laugh
Yeah.
with what I'm putting on.
Well, you got the
Yeah.
voiceover for it and everything talking
Yeah,
through it, haven't you? So
That's it.
explaining why it's dark and all the
Yeah.
rest of it. And
But,
shaky.
yeah. Listen, if we get big enough, we'll buy some proper stuff. But until then,
something like this, isn't it?
I
That's
know.
great, wouldn't it?
Hello, yeah.
one day.
Well, what's next for you then, Mark? Any upcoming fights or challenges or anything like that we should look out for?
Park runs, I'm gonna try and do most Saturdays.
Yep.
Probably 3 weeks before my fight, I'll leave the park runs. Fighting hopefully 14th of December. Still waiting for confirmation on that, so I can't say too much more.
Mm-hmm.
And then just go again next year. I'll still be training over Christmas. That's one thing I've learnt now. After my fight, just get straight back in the gym. All right, you've won, fair enough, and then go straight back in again. Don't have too long off, and that's served me well.
Yeah. I like that. It's not like, well, it's similar to when you do like, we relate to running all the time because it's what we probably know, but like we train for a marathon. So I find that like, last year I had this where I did what I wanted to do, and then after it, I just didn't do anything for like, and I couldn't get any motivation for it and stuff. So you're like aiming through, aren't you? You've got this, but in fact, I'm actually looking further down the road there.
Yeah. Even the time. Say we got a certain time, it's like right, sound. what's next. I'm never like, oh, I'm never really that happy.
Yeah.
Even when I get PBs and that, I'm like, oh, I want faster than that.
Yeah.
So I'm never really satisfied, which I believe is a good thing for me.
Yeah.
Because I can't. What's the best way to describe it? I can't like think. Yeah. I see people having a fight and they'll have 2-3 months off the gym.
Yeah.
I just get straight back in. Come on, you've just won a 4-round fight. What is it?
Yeah,
really
why do you
doing?
need the time off?
Yeah,
I see
you
it all
fought
the
for
time.
12 minutes.
Yeah, of course, just go straight back in there.
You look at it when it's like Ricky Hatton, for example.
Yeah.
Like he was obviously fought Mayweather at the end of his career and everything else. He was at that point where he was just in and out of the gym, weren't he? Fluctuate with weight and everything else. And if you look at it, if he'd have had that 15 years where he'd have done what Mayweather had done and just stayed at the gym and stayed consistent with it, whether he'd have won, I don't know. But it'd have been a different fight completely.
Yeah.
You can't just yo-yo, can you?
Yeah.
You can't go in between it and stuff like that.
No, it's obviously tough because he's won a world champion. He's a household name. He was a superstar, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But you can't ignore the fact that he could have had a far better career again if he lived a better lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, you start putting on 4, 5, 6 stone, whatever he put on, and dropping that in the space of a few weeks. It's going to take its toll and definitely take its toll on the body.
It's what you're accusing Carl of doing, though, isn't it?
I know, yeah.
Well, he's only got him. How much?
But 6 stone on.
I thought he'd put more. Well, listen, he'll be back. He'll be back. But when he's
stone.
back, you're going to be 12.
12 stone. I'm training for
Just to get it right, shit.
Echo Arena, December 12th.
It's
It'll be 2-0 then. I mean, 0-2.
We're definitely going to get a YouTube me versus you. You wanting this is the thing though. He's wanting a 6-month training camp for it. Sums the man up. He's
6 weeks
petrified.
from now we planted.
Yeah.
Don't make go, lads.
This is going to get heated in here.
I know, yeah.
Turn cameras off.
Took cameras off.
No, we'll definitely get a YouTube video of me smashing you.
Yeah. No, brilliant, mate. Nice one.
But yeah, it's like with track and stuff like that. It's great having you down.
Yeah.
And even like your charity work and stuff like that. There's so much we can do with running and charity side of things and stuff like that. So if you ever come across it in boxing in your gym or anyone's just kind of struggling or raising for charity stuff like that, just give us a shout. We can get involved in it and try and help people out where need be.
Yeah, definitely.
It's all community. And I know Catterall were on about it last week of saying like Chorley, everyone kind of knows each other. And it's a small but good community. So it's just something to keep growing in it really. Whether it's boxing, running, it's just get everyone involved with what everyone does and keep at it.
Yeah,
definitely.
No, definitely grow and help each other alike and get you on the channel. You know, I've got to come on the podcast, so
I know it's been a pleasure having you.
No, I appreciate
We've
you
gone
having
all
me.
out, put you in studio here as well, haven't we?
I think we've peaked.
Said before, it's having this sort of back bedroom at mine. It's a bit weird, wasn't it? So
Slightly.
more professional in here, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll call it that.
Bedroom. Just edit clips at bedroom into it, really, make it feel like home.
No, honestly, thanks a lot. It's been really interesting actually talking to you about that. Like just mindset is just something that I've always had a real interest in that about, especially the level that you're at and other people who sport to Olympic. There's all a lot of similarities between like the behaviours and the attitudes towards things, and it's dead inspiring for us to listen to, and it's been really helpful. Man.
So if you compare it to Helen, it's a different attitude, but it's exactly the same. It's that mindset to just go out there and just keep training until you get what you want and just keep pushing yourself. And it's whether that's a 1500 metre runner or a pro boxer, it's kind of the same. It's the same mentality and the same drive to go and get it, which is brilliant. And that's why you're better than a lot of people. Yeah. Obviously, there's physical talent there, but it's just a different level there, isn't there?
Yeah. So just keep repeating that's what I do at times. Just keep repeating in my head, and then eventually I just convince myself you're going to do something. Yeah.
Which you are, clearly.
But the mindset is very underrated. Yeah. And if you get that right, that's can be very powerful at the same time.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's just not with boxing, that's in everything in life, isn't it?
Yeah. I know we touched on it before, the 105 miles. Didn't train for that. Decided on the Tuesday I was going to do it on the Saturday. And people would think you're crazy to do it, but
that's absolutely nuts.
That's what you need, though. You need to be crazy.
Yeah.
So.
All or nothing.
All or nothing, baby. All in.
It was all, weren't it?
The chips are all in. Pushing in, baby.
No, but it'd be great listening to that. I loved it.
Yeah, like I said, you might just have to edit a few things out. My talking's getting better, but we'll get better.
Oh no, it's good.
Hopefully
Yeah,
there's no
no,
wrong with
it
that.
was great.
Is it not?
Really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I need to get better. But things like this today, it's good. That's it.
I don't think there's anything wrong with what you've done today. I think it's been good.
I did, but I say it when you've gone.
Yeah.
I was joking, but it was really good. That's good.
Camera cuts off.
Yeah. Just bodies everywhere.
You could stage that, could you still lay down?
Black eye next camera. Right.
Yeah. More like just walking.
No, really good, mate.
Yeah,
and
no,
then good to talk
appreciate
to you. And again, like a local lad, so it's always good to see you
Yeah.
doing well. And we'll watch you fly up the rankings, mate. Not
Therefore,
far to go now till top.
No, we'll get there. Give me 2 years.
Right.
We'll have
Keep
the world
an eye out for
title.
next fight, innit?
We'll come back in 2 years.
Keep an eye
With
out for
belt.
family as well, brother and sister.
Yes.
Especially with younger sister as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. She's gonna be got some big stuff coming up.
Definitely.
And then I'm trying to get my brother back on the YouTube again.
Yeah.
He knocked it on the head for a bit. I don't know why, but if I can get him doing it, it's like two brothers, obviously different sports, but I think it works well.
Yeah, it'd be
So
good.
he did say he's going to get back on it. So
Especially at 500 challenge, would be good. On the-
Farmers channel, that'll be a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
But yeah, we'll just have to see with my boxing. There's talks of a High Rocks in Manchester in January, a doubles one. So
Who would your partner be? Have you already?
that Faisal who I was telling you about,
Right, that'd be a good team. That
yeah, he's a good runner.
you'd probably get an hour 5, wouldn't you? You two.
Faster. faster.
No,
than that.
you'd sub hour on that.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, that's the.
You should be.
Double
yeah.
you would, yeah.
Should
A lot of it's technique and that. I've never really done any high rock stuff, but you get that. I know I'm fit, getting the strength as well. So no, it'd be good to mix my training up as well.
Yeah. And half of it is running, isn't it?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
If you can run, you can get out a decent time.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can do.
It's just obviously running when your legs are gassed, but
Yeah. Weird
I
feeling.
suppose
after.
with the doubles,
Yeah,
you
but with your training and stuff like that,
Yeah.
you'd be fine with that.
yeah, no, like I said, I enjoy different challenges, and I enjoy not being. I enjoy being terrible in a certain environment. So I remember I've done like high rock session. I was probably one of the worst ones where like I enjoy that not being very good at something.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying before with the park runs. Like, don't be ashamed of not being the best or finishing near the back. Right, you should look what they're doing that I'm not doing. That would be improve you on.
Yeah.
You know, like that type of stuff.
Definitely.
It's all like, once again, it's your mindset. You have a negative mindset saying, "Oh, I'm terrible at this." No, you're not. You're just not as good as them yet. Look what they're doing. Do that.
Move
Get
on,
better.
Yeah.
Burpees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Horrific.
Rick Waddington. Shout out to Rick Waddington. 11-minute 30 burpees. We'll get him down. It did. What are your burpees meant to take you? Between 4 to 6 minutes. Your burpees.
Oh, it took him.
And
okay.
Rick had trained so well as well.
Yeah.
Just the burpees are just at the end, 11 minutes and 30 or something. But
Yeah.
if he was down to the next track, I was going to ask him, just let's go and do 80 metres burpees and just try it.
Yeah.
But next time though, he can pretty much take 6 minutes off his
Easy,
time,
That's it.
if
Yeah.
not 7 minutes, by just getting them right.
Yeah.
So the improvement there is going to be massive.
Yeah.
So
Instead of sulking about it, work on it.
Yeah.
That's
and
it.
to be fair, he dealt with it very well.
There we
Laughed
go.
about it. So
Yeah, I mean,
You've got to, haven't you?
without being nasty, if you're doing 11-minute 30 burpees, you can only laugh about it. Can't you?
Some good advice from
there you go,
Rick.
Rick. So
Sorry, pal.
such a nice bloke as well.
Oh, class. All right, mate. Fantastic. No, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
it's been a
no,
pleasure.
nice one. Well, after 2 years, I'll bring my water out with me.
Oh, yeah. Love that.
I'm too right. Too right.
Take shirt, mate. Hold shirt up. Let's have a look at it. Where's the camera? Where's the
Yes.
camera? That one. That one.
Camera,
There you
that
go.
one.
There we go.
Straight out of
Appreciate
Jeff's,
that, boys.
short back there, mate. That's what it's all about, innit?
There we go.
Making progress, not excuses. I'm gonna change that to all or nothing.
Oh, yeah. Different motto now. All or nothing.
Don't forget your tops, guys.
Yeah, I know,
Also,
yeah.
if you want a dog beagle, Jeffers ripped.
Oh, don't forget my YouTube channel. It is Mark Jeffers 1.
Right.
It's got a dog emoji.
There it is. Yeah. There it
That
is.
one.
That one.
Brilliant.
So,
all right,
yeah.
mate.
No, I appreciate
Fantastic.
you having me on as well, lads.
Absolutely
one.
class. No,
Top
nice
man.
one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.